Hi Limis, welcome to today's episode. Today we are learning how to round off numbers. Let's get into it. So let's talk about what it actually means to round off numbers. So when we're rounding off numbers, we're taking very large numbers and we are finding an approximation of that number, because an approximation is often good enough, as it says right here. So an approximation is basically, the value or the number that is close to the original or the exact number. So it's not the exact number, but it's the number that's close or that is around that original or exact number. The reason why we do this is, you'll see just as we move forward. For example, if there were 36,872 people at a rock concert, you can round the answer off to 37,000, and the number gives a good idea of how many people were there. So instead of saying there were 36,872 people, you can say there were 37,000 people, because most of the time when you're reporting on numbers, you just want to get a good idea of how many people were there, instead of now reciting the exact number and the exact number of people that were at a concert. So we do this a lot in maths and statistics. A lot of the time when we're rounding off numbers, we just want to get a good idea of what is happening, all right? So in general, to round off a number, you need to decide which digit is to be rounded. And the digit to be rounded will either remain unchanged or will increase by 1. So what do we mean by this? Let's take a look at this section of the page, right? So if the digit you are looking at is a 5 or more, increase it by 1 and make the last digit 0. And if it is a 4 or less, you leave it as it is and make the last digit 0. For example, take a look at this. 896,674 rounded off to the nearest 10 is 896,670. So what we did here, if we're rounding off to the nearest 10, we look at our tens column. Our tens column is right here, and the number to the right of it. Now the number to the right of it is 4 or less. Can you see? If it's 4 or less, you leave it as it is and make the last digit 0. Because it's 4 or less, we leave the 7, because we're rounding off to the nearest 10. So our tens column is the number that changes. So we leave our tens column as it is, and then we change the last digit to 0. And if we look at 896,674 rounded off to the nearest 100, it's 896,700. So we look at because we're trying to round off to the nearest 100, we look at our hundreds column and the number to the right of it is 7, correct? Now is the number 7 5 or more or 4 or less? It is 5 or more, so it's above 5, meaning that the number in our hundreds column will increase by 1. Can you see that this 600 over here now changes to 700, and then all the numbers after it change to 0? If this still doesn't make sense, don't worry, we will work through it together. So before I explain rounding off a little bit further, I need to get down to the basics, and I need you to understand the number charts. So here we've got billions, we've got millions, we've got thousands, okay? So here's our billions column, and that means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Billions basically have 9 zeros, okay? But the units column. So if this was 1 billion, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zeros after it. And even if it's not 0, 9 other numbers to show that it is a billion. And if it was, 10 billion, we would have 3, 6, 9, 10. 10 other numbers after that number, after the 10 billion. So what's important right now, let's look at the hundreds column, because usually they will ask you to round off to the nearest hundreds, tens, or the nearest thousand. So you need to understand that when you have hundreds of thousands, you have 6 digits, okay? 100,000 is 6 digits. And then when you have 10,000, you've got 5 digits. Okay, when you've got Just 1,000, you've got 4 digits, and so forth. Hundreds, you've got 3 digits. Tens, you've got 2 digits, and with units, it's just 1 digit. So a lot of the times, you need to know where your hundreds are. Once you see 3 digits and there's a number on the left, you know that that number it represents 100. So if you see a 6 there, it's 600. Or if you see, for example, 234, okay, you can see that these are 3 numbers, meaning we are in the hundreds right now. And this 2 represents 200. This 3 represents tens, 30. And the 4 represents a unit, which is 4. So it's hundreds, tens, and units. So this 5 just represents a 50 because it's in the tens column, right? And even in thousands as well. If you're given, 2,340, this 2 represents 1,000 because there are 4 digits now. It represents thousands, hundreds, tens, and units. So 40, 0, 300, and 2,000. You need to understand the number charts, and you need to understand your hundreds, tens, and units, and your thousands in order to be able to round off, and in order to be able to identify which number represents the hundreds and which number represents the tens. Let's move forward. So here's another example. You've got 5 digits over here. So what could 5 digits be? It's 10,000. It goes up to 10,000. So this 5 represents 50,000. This 2 represents 2,000. This 5 represents 500, 60, and 8. So we have 10,000, thousands, hundreds, tens, and units. It's really that simple. Now let's move forward. So now let's get back to this slide, right? So for example, if you need to round off 765 to the nearest 10, these are the steps that you need to take. If you need to round any number off by the nearest 10, the first thing you do is you look at the tens column. Where is the tens column? It's right here. It's the 6 because this is 765. And then you look to the right of the tens column. So to the right of it, what do we see? We see a 5. So to the right of the tens column is the units column, correct? So we look at the 5. And is that 5 or more, or 4 or less? So once you look to the right, is that number 5 or above, or 4 or less? As you can see, it's 5 or above. And what do you do when it's 5 or above? Let's look here. If the digit you are looking at is a 5 or more, increase by 1 and make the last digit 0. So because this 5 is 5 or more, we have to increase the number in our tens column, okay, by 1, and then we change that to 0. Does that make sense? So look at the number in the units column. Is its value 5 or more, or is it less than 5? It's 5 or more. So what do we do? If it's 5 or more, increase the number on the left by 1. So we're increasing this number right here because remember, we're rounding off to the nearest 10. So we have to look at the tens column and then look to the right, and then we're changing everything in the tens column because we're rounding off to the nearest 10. So because this 5 was 5 or more, this digit was 5 or more, in the tens column, to your left, the number increases by 1, and then everything else after the tens column changes to a 0. So we went from 765 to 770. That is the answer, rounded off to the nearest 10. So in a nutshell, when you need to round off to the nearest 10 or the nearest 100 or the nearest 1,000, you look at the value of what you need to round off to. So if you needed to round off to the nearest 100, look at the hundreds column and then look to the right of it. Look to the right of that number. And if that number to the right is 5 or more, you increase the number in your hundreds column or the number in your tens column by 1, right? But if it's 4 or less, that number in the hundreds column or the tens column remains the same. Then you change everything else to zeros. Now, what do we do when we have to round off to decimal places? Now, this one is pretty simple. So when rounding off to decimal places, you're rounding off to how many digits you want after the decimal point in your final answer. I'll explain what this looks like. So if the question asks you to round off to 2 decimal places, there must be 2 decimal places in your final answer. It's saying round off to 2 decimal places, so they want the answer to have 2 decimal places. Okay? Let's look at this example. If you needed to round off this number here, 790,000, 790,4673 to 3 decimal places. Okay, so this is your number, right? If you want to round it off to 3 decimal places, look at the 3rd decimal place. Okay, so after the comma, 1, 2, 3. Look at the 3rd decimal place, then look to the right. Okay, look at the 3rd decimal place and select the number to its right. What is the number to its right? It's the 3. Now, is that 3 5 or more or 4 or less? It's not 5 or more, it's 4 or less. So what do we do? Is that number equal or greater than 5? So is it 5 or more, or is it less than 5? It's less than 5. So what happens? We look at step 3, the number is less than 5. The number to its left, what was the number to its left? It was the 7. It was the 3rd decimal place. It will remain the same, and everything else will change to a 0. But because it's a 0, we don't need to have it there. We already have our 3 decimal places, 4, 6, and 7. Okay? And that digit will disappear because we want to round off to 3 decimal places. So we don't need that 0 there. So what happened was, I'm going to explain just one more time. You had 790,4673, and you needed to round off to only 3 decimal places. All right? Now what we did was we looked at here's our number. What we did was we looked at our 3rd decimal place. Then we looked to its right. Our number was 3. So it's 4 or less, meaning that the number to our left has to stay the same. And everything else will change to 0, but we don't have to change it to 0 because we already need 3 decimal places and we have it. So that number becomes 790,467. So now we have our 3 decimal places. Even if it was 2 decimal places, you would go ahead and look at your 2nd decimal point and look to its right. If that number is 5 or more, your 6, the number in your 2nd decimal place would increase by 1, and then everything else will fall away because you're only looking for 2 decimal places. All right? Here is a rounding off exercise. You can attempt to do these questions on your own, and once you feel confident and ready, you can resume. So pause the video, attempt these on your own, and then resume. And I will show you the answers. In 3, 2, 1, here are the answers. All right, so if you feel confident about how you arrived at the answer, it's okay. You can pause this part of the video, but if you're not sure how we got to these answers, let's work it out together. All right, so here we've got the first one, round off 22,378 to the nearest 100. So let's take a look at it. 22,378 to the nearest 100. Okay, what is the first thing that we do? We look at our hundreds column. Where's our hundreds column? 378. This is 22,378. So our hundreds column is over here. Okay, and we look to our right. What do we have to our right? We have a 7. Now, is that number 5, or is it greater than 5, or is it 4 or less? It's 7, so it's greater than 5. So what does this mean for our hundreds column? It means that this number will have to increase, this number right here will have to increase by 1, and then all the others have to change to 0. So our answer is 22,000. That number in the hundreds column increases by 1, so it becomes a 4, and then everything else becomes 0. All right? Let's move forward. For number 2, we have to round off 3.14159 to 2 decimal places. So what do? We look at our second decimal place. Where's our second decimal place? After the decimal point, 1, 2. Here's our second decimal place. Correct? Now, let's look to the right of our second decimal place. Is that number 5 or greater than 5, or is it 4 or less? It's 1. So it's less than 4, it's 4 or less. So what happens? The number to our right, the number that is our center of attention, or the number in the spotlight, has to stay the same. And then everything else will turn to 0. But in this case, it won't change to 0 because we're only looking for 2 decimal places. So our answer here is 3.1. It remains the same because the number to its right was less than 4, was less than 5. So 3.14 is our answer. We rounded off to 2 decimal places. Here we had 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the digits after the decimal point. We had 5 decimal points. Now we've got 2 decimal places. Okay, we had 5 decimal places. Now we have 2. That is our answer. They wanted us to round off to 2 decimal places. Now let's move on to number 3. Okay, they want us to round off 3,186 to the nearest 10. What do? The first step, we look at our tens column. Where's our tens column? This is 3,186. So this is our tens column. Okay, now let's look to the right of our tens column. Is that digit equal to 5, or was it greater than 5, or was it 4 or less, or was it less than 5? It's 6, so it's greater than 5. What happens now to the number in our spotlight? It increases by 1, and everything to its right changes to 0. So which digit is going to increase by 1? The number in the spotlight, the 8, the number in our tens column, because we're rounding off to the nearest 10. So 3,100, that 8 needs to increase by 1, so now it's 9, and then everything else after that has to change to 0. Let's move on to number 4. We need to round off 12,987 to the nearest 1,000. Where's our thousands column? Here we've got 10,000, 2,000. So this is 12,987. So our thousands column is here, okay, because this is our 10,000 column. So 2, that 2 represents 2,000. So we need to round off to the nearest 1,000. So we look at our 1,000 column and we look to our right. Is that 9 5 or more, is it greater than 5 or less than 5? It's greater than 5 because it's a 9. So what happens when it's greater than 5? Our number to the left, the number in the spotlight, the number in the 1,000, has to increase by 1. And then everything else turns to or changes to a 0. So now we've got 1. If that 2 increases by 1, it will become a 3, and then everything else, the 9, the 8, and the 7 have to change to zeros. So now the number that's rounded off is 13,000. And as you can see, these numbers are close to the original value, okay? So they're close to the original value, but they're not the exact value. And this is what we want sometimes. We just want a value that's close to the original, or that is, like an approximation of the exact number, so that we can go ahead and report it. We just want something to give us an idea of how many people were at the venue, or how many people ate lollipops, or how many people went to school and didn't go to school on Monday, that kind of thing. So rounding off is all about showing or giving an idea of a certain value and not the exact value. All right, Limis, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on this video if you have any questions. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.